We have an interview with Tulua today on the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, show number 723. Welcome to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, helping you celebrate Celtic culture through music. I am Mark Gunn. I am a Celtic musician and host of folk songs and stories, and this podcast is for fans of Celtic music. We are here to build a diverse Celtic community and help the incredible artists who so generously share their music with you. If you hear music you love, please email the artists. Let them know you heard them on the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast. Musicians depend on your generosity to release new music so they can get it out there and be heard. So please find a way to support them. Buy their music. buy their downloads, shirts, merch, whatever. Join the community on Patreon. You can find a link to all the artists in the show notes along with showtimes when you visit our website at CelticMusicPodcast.com, and send an email to follow@bestcelticmusic.net if you want to learn how to subscribe and get a free music-only episode. And you'll also learn, if you have a band, you'll learn how to submit your music to the podcast and get a free ebook called Celtic Musician's Guide to Digital Music. Irish Fest Atlanta is happening November 7th through 9th, 2025. You can enjoy exclusive concerts from Open the Door for 3 with special guest Liz Carroll. That's happening on Friday, and Tata on Saturday night. Plus enjoy music from Kathleen Donahue, O'Brien's Bards, Olivia Bradley, Roundabouts, the Kennegans, the Muckers, Irish Brothers, Celtic Stew, Station 123, and a special set from Inara and Mark Gunn. My daughter and I are performing there. There are music and dance workshops, Irish cooking competitions, Irish tea, Irish films, and of course lots of Irish dancing. Celebrate your Irish heritage at Irish Fest Atlanta in November. Bring a friend. Learn more at irishfestatlanta.com. Want to wear your love of Celtic music? Check out our album pens. These are striking lapel pens inspired by our official podcast compilations featuring some of the best Celtic bands we've had on the show. Each pen comes with a digital download of the album so you get great music and great style. Get all the details at magerecords.com. And if you're a musician, I've got a full blog post with templates and tips to help you design your own album pen jacket, or drop me a line. Again, follow at bestcelticmusic.net. I'd love to help you out. Make that happen. All right, we kicked off the show with Sarah Copus. That was Harvest Home and Boys of Bluehill. It's from their album Moorland Winds. And today I'm excited to have an interview with Tulua. That's coming up in a little bit. But first, we're going to kick off the show with Carroll Sisters Trio. They just released their brand new album, Radiance. This is Pitlochry High School Centenary and Scenic Overlook.
Here's a story, a little bit gory, a little bit happy, a little bit sad, of Lilly the Pink and her medicinal compound, and how it slowly drove her mad. Meet Ebenezer, thought he was Julius Caesar, so they put him in a home, and they gave him medicinal compound, and now he's Emperor of Rome. Boom, boom. We'll drink to Lilly the Pink, the savior of the human race. She invented medicinal compound, was efficacious in every case. And Johnny Hammer had a terrible stammer. He could barely say a word. So they gave him medicinal compound, and now he's seen but never heard. We'll drink to Lilly the Pink, the savior of the human race. She invented medicinal compound, was efficacious in every case. And Freddie Klinger, the opera singer, who would break glasses with his voice, they said. So on his tonsils they rubbed medicinal compound, and now they break glasses over his head. Ouch! We'll drink to Lilly the Pink, the savior of the human race. She invented medicinal compound, was efficacious in every case. There was a lady, a Mrs. O'Grady. She could hardly urinate at all, so they gave her medicinal compound. Now she's a human waterfall. We'll drink to Lilly the Pink, the savior of the human race. She invented medicinal compound, was efficacious in every case. And Mr. Frears, who had sticky out ears, and it made him awful shy, so they gave him medicinal compound, and now he's learning how to fly. We'll drink to Lilly the Pink, the savior of the human race. She invented medicinal compound, was efficacious in every case. And Uncle Paul, he was very small, he was the shortest man in town. So on his body he rubbed medicinal compound, and now he's 6 foot, but it's underground. Whoops. We'll drink to Lilly the Pink, the savior of the human race. She invented medicinal compound, was efficacious in every case. Lilly died and went up to heaven. Oh, the church bells, they did a ring. She took with her medicinal compound. Hark the herald angels sing. Boom, boom, we'll drink to Lily the pink, the savior of the human race. She invented medicinal compound, most efficacious in every case. And we will drink to Lily the pink, the savior of the human race. She invented medicinal compound, most efficacious in every case.
After Carroll Sisters Trio came Sybil and Sorley with Lilly the Pink from Streetside Songs, then Scottish Fish with Dog and Rabbit from their new album, Currently. I want your feedback. What are you doing today while listening to the podcast? You can send a written comment along with a picture of what you're doing while listening. Is there a new Celtic CD or Celtic band that you heard of or saw? Please send an email. follow@bestcelticmusic.net. I don't regularly look at all the comments that are posted on Facebook, though every now and then I head on over there to find out what people are thinking of the podcast. Patrick Daly posted on Facebook, I love the Irish and Celtic Music podcast. I got started with the Thistle and Shamrock with the legendary Fiona Ritchie with a lot of folks and was heartbroken when it went off the air. I only discovered this podcast in the last couple of years, so it's terrific. Thank you so much, Patrick. That was one of the inspirations, actually. I didn't actually get to listen to, I say inspiration in that I didn't actually get to listen to Thistle and Shamrock because it was always at a time that I never could listen. So I started the podcast. I was like, well, I can do this anytime and people can listen anytime. So it was an inspiration in that fashion, but I'm glad you enjoyed the show as well. Stout Pounders posted, thanks for having us on this special episode. It's been great to be part of this for 17 out of the 20 years. And they were on our 20th anniversary episode. James Flanagan posted on Facebook, great stuff. Thanks for all the work and the music you have shared. The Flailing Shillelaghs posted on Facebook. Thanks very much for including us in another podcast. New music is coming out early next year, 2026. Oh, that reminds me. I finally saw that the Gothard Sisters are releasing their album in October, I think it is. So stay tuned for that. Caleb Eleazar Cotter posted a picture on Facebook. I am listening while drywalling a Lake Ontario mansion in 100-degree heat. Good luck. I hope you survived that one, Caleb. Fiala posted on Facebook, blown away to be mentioned in the same sentence with such fine musicians. And finally, Golden Bow posted, hello to you and listeners. Thank you for keeping us in your rotation our 45th anniversary celebration season. We are based near San Francisco and travel up and down the coast running a music camp south of Yosemite National Park, also touring Europe this September. Fantastic. Congratulations, Golden Bow, for keeping the music going for 45 years. That's incredible. All right, let's get on with the interview. So this summer, I ran my Celtic Invasion vacation to Wexford, Ireland. And I was stopping off, I think it was on a Tuesday or a Wednesday of the trip when we went into a grocery store and I looked up onto the, where all the flyers are posted saying what's happening in the community. And I saw a band there that was performing on Thursday night. And the band was Tulua. And I was like, hey, I've had them on my podcast. And they are playing locally. So I was like, well, that's great. Except we couldn't make it Thursday. So I dropped them an email and said, so any chance y'all are able to come to our cottage and play some music for us and do an interview? And they said yes. And lo and behold, Tulua came out. Turns out they were from that area. And not only that, what was really funny is one of the brothers of one of the members played in another band that we saw in a local venue that week as well. So it was a great little experience, and I was so thrilled to sit down and chat with Tulua. They were a little bit exhausted from performing the night before, but they were on top of things and sounded spectacular. So let's get on with that interview with Tulua. All right, let's ask some questions. Maybe we can put some more music a little bit in between. For starters, I don't remember if I recorded it or not. Can you tell me again where the band name came from?
Tulua. So came across the word a few years when we were looking for something to call ourselves. It's an old Sanskrit word. There's two meanings. There's an old Sanskrit word actually, which means like rising, kind of coming to fruition. And then there's but the meaning we drew from it was a mixture of two words, which is the Tuatha Danann and Lu, which is a god from the Tuatha Danann. And Lou was a harpist. Lou was a all-rounder. So we're all different people. We're all on different paths, but we're all on the same path as well. So.
And I started up 6 years ago, right?
Yeah, 2019.
And what brought y'all together? Why? You?
No, we've been playing music together since we were 5. But me and Katie were asked to do a wedding, and then she was with Dermot at the time. So then We asked Kate.
No, they were wanting to be together.
They were seeing each other. And then we all played the wedding together, and then we thought it sounded good.
Yeah, we way over practiced for the wedding. Oh, do you remember? It was like we were spending like 4 hours a day for 3 days a week, like practicing for this wedding, and then we like did the wedding, and I think we played for like 7 hours or something.
Yeah.
And I think we got like 150 quid or something all together. So it was just gas. But we enjoyed it. We got scammed, yeah. We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it was the start. It led to a lot more stuff then. So that was the start. And then did weddings for a while. And
I suppose COVID kind of stopped us in our tracks. We kind of just kind of got going, and then COVID hit. So that's why we recorded the EP, and just to do something, release some sort of music during COVID, keep kind of the buzz going as best as we can.
Do something. Give us a chance to work on stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
We were bored and didn't know what to do.
And we did a showcase then during COVID, and we got a tour to America out of that, and that's kind of all kicked off then.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We played.
Yeah, that was in 2021, isn't it?
Yeah, we did the showcase in 21, and then we went to America in 22, and we did Lacrosse Irish Fest. We meant to do Dublin, Ohio, but our visas, whatever happened there, we missed it, and Milwaukee Irish Fest. And we did a few small filler gigs along the way as well.
Nice. Okay, why don't you introduce yourselves and what you play, Sybil, for the audience?
I'm Quiva, and I play the harp and the piano.
I'm Cian, I play the guitar and other stuff.
I'm Dermot, I play the flute, low whistle and mandolin.
I'm Kaylee, and I play the fiddle and sing.
And now, y'all all from Wellington Bridge, right here in Wexford County?
Yeah.
Basically, we're kind of more specifically,
he's blowing.
Tierman's blowing, but he's one of us as well. So the three, myself, Quiva and Kaylee are from a place called Banno, which is across, it's actually just across the water here. If you look, you'd be able, if you look across the water at the bay, you'll see Banno Bay.
We didn't make that beach. We were going to go down there.
Really? It's a nice beach. It's very quiet.
And last night y'all were, you had a show, right, locally? Where were you playing?
Up in Carrigan Banno, which is through Wellington Bridge, and so Carrigan Banno is our local village, which Banno is actually, side note, Banno is like, so you have Carrigan Banno, and Carrigan Banno is rock on Banno, basically means it's just a big hill, that's up from Banno. But that's our local village, and it's our local pub. There's a festival there every year.
What's the pub?
Culver's Pub.
Okay.
John Murphy.
That's the same place where we were the other night with your brother.
I think that was in.
That was in Senate.
That was in Senate. That was in Copley.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like only 5-10 minutes down the road from that.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's lovely. We really like it. Like the village is great because there's a Copus. That's where we all grew up playing music, in groups and like in competitions and stuff. And that's where we kind of really met. And then the pub was great because once we were old enough, actually no, I wasn't even old enough, so our parents were bringing up 10 years old, 8 years old, concerts. So we have a great festival every year. It's the Phil Murphy weekend. So Phil Murphy would have been a harmonica player. It would have been probably the biggest one to make the harmonica famous on the Irish music famous on the harmonica. And he was just from here, like, so his son runs that pub and runs the festival. And
what's the festival called?
Phil Murphy weekend. So Phil Murphy was the harmonica player. He recorded 2 albums and then he passed away. Yeah, it's one of the legends, like. And we still play his tunes today. So that's the area. So we're very lucky. So we were up last night playing. We always come back to the pub, no matter where we go. We always come back. And last night was just like class to be at home again, playing to a great group and staying up till stupid hours.
We were over in Australia doing a 2.5-week tour.
When was that?
That was
back last week.
The end of May we left, and then we came back a week and a half ago or whatever. So we're just recovering, and we said we're going to Canada now in 2 weeks for another tour.
Wow.
So we were like, what do we do in between? Only then go back to Culver's and nothing we'd rather do. So we had a really good gig last night with our friends as well who played with us. So it was a great night, and we're really looking forward to going to Canada now.
Yeah. Well, we do another set of tunes, and then we'll keep asking some more questions, and does that sound good?
Yeah, very good. What can we do?
Yeah, so we continue with a tune composed by the Carroll and the harp player.
Yeah.
The tune is called Loftus Jones, and then we'll go into a surprise.
Oh, that's the easy route. Smart.
Nobody said that because I can't remember the name.
Let's pick out the light, is it?
Only sure.
Second one.
I like how you're helping her tune on that. So,
She wouldn't be happy for the whole set if it was out tunes.
Tulua Carolyn was the great Irish harper. I was noticing the certain little phrase in there that I've heard on like Carolyn's concerto. Do you find hopefully you know his music better than I do, but do you find him reusing little moments like that?
Yeah, especially like the. He's going up,
Yes,
up and down.
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, he's going up and down the octave, and yeah, he has a good bit of that. And all like, I feel like if you heard an O'Carroll tune, you'd know it's an O'Carroll tune from listening to
All
it.
the planks he's like, and the draft and all of that kind of jumps and then.
You know them all just from listening.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was sitting there listening to that little bit, and I'm like, this doesn't sound like an O'Carroll. Okay.
They're so distinctive, like. But then you have other ones like Shivo, which is like.
That's my favourite one. It's so nice.
It's definitely an O'Carroll one, but it's one of the less. I'd say if you played it to an unknown listener, it's one of the less. So it's way more sweeter, like, or structured maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Sweeter, or it's definitely more structured than that one. That sounds like all over the place, you know.
Yeah.
Really in the best way possible, but
Yeah.
his stuff is so like unique. He's a funny lad. I've heard mixed stories about him. Yeah.
Tell me one.
I suppose a few of his tracks. I don't know which ones, but I suppose a few of them were like diss tracks essentially. So he'd go to like a lowered. He'd go to a lowered, and when they wouldn't like pay him to write a track or to write a piece of music, he would write a planksty, but like against them. So he wouldn't give it to him, so they wouldn't be allowed to use it or anything.
Vindictive, I like.
Yeah, I need to find out which ones they are, but
It's like all his tunes have like stories to them. Like say his last one, O'Carroll's Farewell to Music. Like he wrote that on his deathbed. Like it's just everything leads up to that. They're all about like this woman or this woman or this woman. Like he moved from woman to woman.
yeah, he was a bit of a rover maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
The happy harpist. Or the as well. What do you call him?
There's a tune.
We don't know the full story, but yeah.
Yeah. Now, can you play the one that you mentioned? Was it Shivek More?
Oh yeah, can we don't give that a go?
Yeah.
Blast away
My fingers are a bit botched, but
I'm going to play a bit just. I'm doing D or E.
D, and I like to play slow, but.
Thank you.
What you start?
You start. okay, it's beautiful.
I thought you were crying when you were playing. It's a really emotional song.
It's a touching song.
Yeah.
So now let's talk a little bit about your recordings. You have that EP that we mentioned earlier. What else do you have? What have you released since 2019 when I first got your music?
We released that EP, which was recorded in my bedroom during COVID when we were supposed to be. Yeah.
Out of us now.
And so that was, I don't know, 2020 or something. And then we went to Benny McCarthy in Waterford doing studios. Benny plays with Danu.
Okay.
He's the box player and he's Danu. Like, so we went to his studio in Waterford, and it was a week in January 2023. No, January 23. Yeah. We recorded it there just during a week to record a full album, 10 tracks. Stuff that we were like working on for a few months, and yeah, got a release then in the summer and released it at the festival, the Phil Murphy Festival actually, which is probably one of our favourite moments ever.
Yeah,
just that chaos in that tent. It's a funny place, just a tent at the back, 120 people. You have to face your fears in there, like.
Sign in an autograph for your next door neighbour, like.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was great. So we recorded that and released that, and then actually a French friend that we met on a bus did a remix of one of our tracks on that. So like there's a Tropical House remix as well. So we released that, and yeah, that's really it. So we have an album EP and that are the singles. So
We really want to record another CD. We just can't find the time at the moment.
yeah.
So three of us are still in college, like, so we're balancing college with jobs and this as well. I think maybe next year we'll get time for an album, hopefully.
Sooner rather than later, so
Yeah.
Like even a lot of the stuff that we were playing today, most of it actually is like completely new stuff. So it's not on the album, and we're just taking a not a totally different turn, but we're just exploring new songs and tunes and going deeper into the tradition and stuff like this. So
can you play a track from the album?
Do Passage?
Do Passage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the album's No Coming, No Going, and the song we're going to do is Passage West by John Spillane.
Awesome.
This Passage West is it's a new song. It's written by John Spillane, like, but yeah, No Coming. We have another track on the album. It's called No Coming and Going. And it's a slow piece, and we just based the album off that. We just felt like it just resonated with all of us, that piece, or just when we were playing it anyway. So we just decided to.
What's the track, the song about?
The song Passage West is about meeting a lover again, another love song. Yeah, I met my love in Passage West, which is down in Cork. John Spillane is a very proud Cork man, very proud, and yeah, he meets this woman in Passage West, and all of the course is all of will you go, all of will stay, will you steady. Just will their future be held together, I suppose. What's the last verse again?
Grass is green on the other side. And that,
Yeah, I suppose it's just about someone moving away and missing them on long term, I suppose. Yeah, which is nice. Might join in with this on the course, it's really easy, so you pick it up in a second.
I met my love in Passage West.
some final questions. I wanted to ask you about things about here. You have been living here your entire life, right? Oh, actually, I have a question before that. So you're all in college right now?
I'm not.
You're not. Are you doing this just during the summertime when you're with the music, or are you doing stuff throughout the year?
It's mainly during summertime.
Yeah.
We've like some bits through the year.
Yeah, well, we're practicing all year round. Like it's just the bulk of the gigs are in the summer because that's when we're free.
Yeah.
Like we'd take on more stuff if we could, but we're all three of us are down in college in Limerick. And Keane, we don't know where Keane is half the time. So we come together when we're all home in Wexford and we practice. And we get a few gigs around Christmas time and then the New Year, and then it kind of takes off from April or Paddy's Day, and then goes on then from then.
Who does all the booking? Do you?
Well, they just whoever wants us just gets in contact.
No, I mean, like, do you all reach out to venues? Are you doing these tours?
Yeah, well, we have an agent working for us in Canada, Bob Jensen.
Most stuff we've got in Europe and Australia, and the year is all independent. Like,
we're on the kind of brink of starting an agent for Europe. We're planning on doing a European tour next year, or in 27, sorry. And we're planning to go back to Australia again. We really enjoyed Australia. It was really nice and lovely people over there, and they sit down and they really listen to your music and they're really appreciative of it.
There's a massive Irish diaspora over there.
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to Canada as well, because all the folk festivals, we just can't wait to play at them. Yeah. We have Canada lined up again next year already, pretty much booked up for nearly 2 months.
Whereabouts are you touring?
That's in
mostly the east.
Okay.
But we're trying to get onto the west coast. We're out there for so long, we may as well just go that extra mile.
Yeah, definitely.
Go a few miles.
It's a lot of money.
Awesome. Yeah. So y'all are from this area. What kind of things would you recommend when you're out traveling and someone says, "Hey, what should I do when I'm in Wexford?" What do you
around this area?
Yeah,
beaches.
Definitely the beaches and
Culver's Pub.
Yeah, every Thursday night there's Irish music there.
Nice.
Definitely there. Other than that,
there's great actual like. Wexford's funny because it's not like massively openly tourist, but if you have a car or a bike or something, there's some gorgeous history around the place and castles and like just old graveyards or churches and great walks that you can just meander through. Like so this is where the Normans came in first. So there's a great Norman stronghold around, and it's a lovely place just to tatter about and like there's a heritage park in Wexford which kind of. It's one of the biggest ones in Ireland, I think, actually. Yeah. It's like, kind of tells the whole history of native Ireland, I suppose. And it's just great music in Wexford town, great music in this area.
You said beaches. What are your favorite beaches?
Oh, now I'm biased because I'm from a beach.
Which beach are you from?
Cullenstown Beach, which is like not this beach here across the water, but the next one.
Okay.
So there's a few. There's like just great from I don't know if you're in Kilmore Quay. Yeah. Yeah. So from Kilmore Quay all the way along, so there's a big stretch there. There's a borough. That's one of my most favourite places in the world. It's like 7 kilometres straight.
Are you surfing out there?
Yeah, just great. Great waves and great driftwood.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. There's some great beaches from Kilmore all the way to Clonmines, which are even like further up along this river and up along the whole coast there to just all the way to like Hookhead. There's just so many link coves and stuff like that, and just literally get a car and just get lost, like, you know. Yeah. Like I get lost in Banno still. It's like I think in Banno there's like 6 beaches or something. Yeah. And
it looked like there's a lot. We went to one over by Hook's Lighthouse. It was not far from there.
Oh
my God, that was it.
Booley?
Yeah, that's.
Was that
Booley Bay?
I think so. I think that's what it was.
Some bit of coal, or
is it down a hill?
Yeah. That was just insane. it was really cool.
Wexford coastline is interesting. It's so underappreciated. Like not many people know about it. Like it's just I love it because it's just these expansive like beaches that are untouched. You know. Yeah. I think and they're told like there's nothing in the water. It's like there's no jellyfish, there's no rocks. It's mostly sand. It's just so nice. Just like on a good day. Yeah. Oh, it's great.
How about you? Is there any other little favorite holes, places that you occasionally drop into?
I don't know.
You're up in Carroll, aren't you?
Carroll. Yeah, Carroll and Rosslare. Really nice.
Rosslare.
There's also beaches there.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like Rosslare would be like loads of people from Dublin come in, they stay in caravans there, they usually rent out stuff, and that's their holiday for the summer, like stay there with their family, and they like to have like a cousin beside them, like so it's just this big family holiday kind of thing.
Yeah.
In Wexford, it's really nice though. Rosslare.
Good ice cream.
Yeah, gelato there.
Did you get the fish in Kilmarky?
No, we didn't. We did. I mean, all we did was ride the boat, the ferry out to Celtic
was that nice?
and Kilmarky. Yeah.
I actually wanted to do that for ages. Is it nice?
Oh, it was spectacular. It was.
Did you see the puffins?
We saw the puffins and the terns and the what else? Guillemots. Yeah, and they have a specific. Apparently, they said you have to. There's a little path that goes around and brings you back. I didn't quite get that, so I went to the other path that went around into the bracken, and then through the bracken all the way up to another set of birds, and then all the way. It was amazing.
I have survived.
You need to go back for the fish.
Yeah.
Some of the best fish in Ireland.
Really?
I think there was the Chipperdale.
The Chipperdale is really
It was voted the third best I think in Ireland for fresh fish.
In Kilmore?
In Kilmore.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Salty
Yeah.
Chipperdale.
Yeah. We saw that. We just didn't eat there down there at all.
That's where we got it.
But we did get ice cream. Yes, we did.
yeah.
Good ice cream as well, man.
Yeah, that was tasty. How about what are some of your inspirations? What kind of bands have inspired you?
Jeez, we've gone through a whole charade of stuff together.
Maybe a few.
We all have our individual inspirations anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, like our own individual instruments. But I think as a band, we're definitely on a more traditional buzz lately. Like you're listening to Copley Street, as we mentioned, which is Nathan Gourley, they're Boston heads, and Joel Abarta and Owen.
Right.
And then there's also like the Mulcahy's, the Mulcahy family, and then where are they from again? Limerick. And then there's just classic heads like Carlos, Sweeney McCartan as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Really, actually, listened to a lot of Solace lately.
Yeah.
They're really Danu as well. We were on like the two girls were massive on Bioga.
We were
Like,
classics.
proper Bioga heads.
When we were like 15, we'd be at the concerts and we'd know all the variations and everything. We would like the hops and all.
When you go out to the concerts, do you try to learn what they're doing?
Yeah. Mum got us t-shirts and we were just going crazy. We're like, oh, we have the Bioga t-shirt.
Oh, Mick McGoldrick, John Doyle and John Cuscarroll were a massive inspiration, so you know a lot of their variations. We keep like sometimes we haven't done it in a while, but like playing their tunes and stuff in the pub or just songs and just like mess around. You used to like to play like certain variations. You do with the Carlos tunes as well, and they like fight over which variations who's going to do which variations.
Does it, and then we both do it. We're like, no.
It's gas. So yeah, I think wide.
Yeah, we're lucky we have so many unreal musicians to look up to, you know.
Yeah.
And that's not even
Be
including
inspired from
the local musicians.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that was my next question. So one of the things I like to do is I always like to hear about who the locals are, who are the local bands that you love, that you're seeing, that your friends that you can promote as well. You know, because they're there. I know you have a brother. And he plays in a band and has played his second gig.
Yeah,
so.
they're awesome.
What's the band again?
McGettrick.
Yeah. Okay. How about other bands? Who else?
Locals, well, just Barlock.
By the way, you can tell your brother they were fantastic. We enjoyed their music.
the Barlock, I suppose. It's a four. Yeah, Alan O'Dwyer.
Where are they out of?
They're mainly from Carrigan-Banno again.
Really?
Alan O'Dwyer, Dermot Wall, John
Murphy and John Brown.
Yeah, John Brown. Yeah, we always play music with them on Thursday nights.
Oh, nice. Were they playing? They were playing last night?
No, they weren't.
Okay, I thought there was like a second band.
Yeah, that was some of our friends from college. But the Barlock, they're locals. They used to play together a lot. But we definitely inspired by them all the time.
They've taught us a lot of tunes, and I think that
they're class players.
So groovy and easy, and like they taught us how to play. I think more than anything.
They're definitely our favourite musicians to play with when we're playing in the pub.
And what's the name again?
It's just perfect. The Barlock.
The Barlock.
Yeah.
There's one dude, Alan's genius. Like they're all geniuses. But Alan does this one piece. He does the Mexicana.
It's a
Mexicana.
Yeah.
It's an old time waltz. Is it? Yeah, old time waltz. And he whistles at the same time as playing the
nice
mandolin. It's gas. He sounds like a bird. There's a piece and he goes like. And it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, well, he's won the All Ireland whistling like 14 times. They just see him on the programme and they're just like, why is he still doing it? Like, he's just gonna win. He's so.
And there's other heads as well. Like we grew up with like the Revels and the O'Sullivans. Who else is there? There's like Ollie Kennedy and the whole Ciotas gang have like also taught us so much, and they definitely inspirations in that. And
The Torpies.
The Torpies as well.
I was looking for bands when I was to play, and I couldn't, having trouble finding what bands were in Wexford. Again, I came across y'all because we were at your grocery store. I said, "Oh, look at that!"
That's mad. Yeah, there's not much because Wexford's funny because there's like a big Ciotas scene. So I don't know if you know like much about Ciotas, but it's like the official organisation for trad music. There's like a strong Ciotas scene in Wexford, and there's a lot of branches and stuff. So a lot of kids like doing competitions and stuff like this, and especially North Wexford here. But like, there's not many bands and friends playing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a funny. There is like it's very pocketed and it's very like close compared to like the West, where it's like in every second pub that you go to. Like, so we're so lucky here in Carrick, just this area, but especially Carrick because it's literally like a bubble and a hub spot. And there's been so many bands over the years that have like come and go. And collections of people and like just small artists and people that like we look up to in so many ways that are like known in the whole trad scene but are just our friends, and so we're lucky to be looking up to people in this little pocket like that. Yeah, kept the standard and quality like up there, and yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Let's see did you have any questions that you want to?
How can we follow you?
Well, you can follow us in the car back to the pub.
Thank you, but I only have to go home.
We have a website anyway, Tulua Music.
Yeah, we have all the socials, Instagram, Facebook, just Tulua Music.
Yeah, I tagged him in the latest on Facebook just now.
Okay, thank you.
YouTube and Spotify.
Yeah, so
Do you have your CD with you?
Oh, sugar.
It's not in your
If
bag.
we wanted to buy your music,
Yes,
if we want to buy it
yes.
on Spotify, where would be a good place?
Oh, I will.
Bandcamp.
That's great for supporting artists.
Bandcamp.
Okay.
And certain Fridays they get all the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it?
What's today, Friday?
Is it today?
No, not today.
Oh, I think I might have a couple in the van actually. I'm not sure how many, so. But yeah, online and stuff. Bandcamp's great. Spotify's a rip-off.
I like to buy the CD.
Because we have stories on it as well, where the tunes come from.
That's even better.
Any other questions?
Are the girls sisters or just friends?
Your sisters,
They look a lot.
Yeah, someone in Australia said to us, they were like, "Are you sisters?" And we were like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, I just noticed the way you tap your feet is the same." Is this not a giveaway?
The hair, facial features,
No, the way we go.
But it's the tapping.
What are the chances of getting you to Texas?
Texas. We were actually, do you remember Dallas? We were over in Montreal, and there was a festival in Texas, and she was wanting to get us over.
North Texas Irish Festival.
Yeah.
In Dallas. Yes.
Dallas, yeah.
There's one coming up first weekend in November in Austin.
Oh, wait, maybe that's the one.
Austin Celtic Festival.
That's the one, sorry,
That's
yes.
the one. Oh, that would be wonderful. That's our neck of the woods.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we're not getting over to it, but we'd love to.
Well, it's a little late now. Put it on the list.
Yeah. If we're that's supposed to be great.
We saw them in Ireland.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a nice festival. We love to, we're in mixed opinions with America because it's so hard as a young band emerging there.
Right, I guess.
I don't there's all logistics and stuff, but it just seems there's a lot. You obviously know more than us, but it seems like there's a lot going over there at the moment. But just in terms of festivals, it's very hard to get our feet on the ground, and like because we're doing this as work, so like to make it financially viable, it's really hard in the States.
Oh yeah.
And the visas like are such a weight, and it's an excruciating process.
Yeah.
And price.
And price, and it's just so it's very hard. Like it's sad because like there's lovely people and audiences and festivals.
And they love the music as well. Like it's just a pity that it's not easy to show
but
actually
the
the music.
The logistics.
Yeah.
It's like, should they make them any harder?
Yeah, it's just setting up barriers, like, and it's grand for like I don't know if you follow Dervish and Danu and like Lunas go out there as well, and you know there's big heads that go out there that have the whole scene set up, and they're sorted like, but like they're not making it easy for young bands to get in there, and I don't know. I think they're going to pay the price in a few years when they realise that we're going to other places like Canada.
Yeah, we just apply on our phone. It takes us about 10 minutes and pay €7, and then we're able to go up to Canada.
Wow. I wish it was that easy.
All right, so you can be found at tuluamusic.com, right? Or .ie probably.
.com.
.com. Okay. Well, do you think you could play one more set of tunes and we finish this out?
Yeah.
Something. You can hit that one at the fastest one. No, I'm just kidding. No, whatever you have, just give us up.
I should have saved them.
Just kidding. It was a joke.
Go to the trip.
We might just do a few like on spot tunes. We'll finish with the trip to Cullenstown maybe. Do you wanna? Yeah. It's his local tune, so I'm from Cullenstown. And actually, so the harmonica player that we were talking about in Culver's Pub, he wrote this last tune, Trip to Cullenstown, his dad.
Very appropriate.
So it's very famous all over Ireland, like. And sure we do John the Wires, maybe.
John the Wires into the trip.
Yeah.
John the Wires into the trip. We do know the Walls first. John Dwyer is a fiddle player, and John Dwyer would have been all over, but he was actually a local, I think he was a guard or a postman in New Ross, and he would have been to Carrick a lot and playing in Carrick and taught a lot. He would have taught Kaylee's teacher, so I'm going to play one of his tunes.
Two local tunes. Thanks for having us.
Having us and
That was
stuff,
really cool. Yeah.
Really enjoyed that.
I hope you enjoyed that interview with Tulua, and I'm excited to have them on the podcast in the days to come. Meantime, I want to send a big thanks to all of our amazing patrons of the podcast. I put out the call for donations this month because it turned out our income at the start of the year dropped significantly by about $500. And since then, I've had a whole bunch of people contributing, including several new underwriters. Thank you so much. And we are about $150 away from the goal that I was aiming for. So thank you so much for cutting a big dent in that and making a pledge. In the meantime, I do want to send out a big thanks to all of our generous patrons of the podcast. The Irish and Celtic Music Podcast, it relies on you, and it's the reason that I release a new episode nearly every single week. Your support doesn't just fund the show, it fuels a movement. It helps us share the magic of Celtic music with thousands of new listeners and grow a global community of music lovers. Your contribution pays for everything behind the scenes. Audio engineering, stunning graphics, weekly issues of the Celtic Music Magazine, show promotion, and most importantly, buying the music we feature from indie Celtic artists. And if you're not yet a patron, you're missing out because of a lot of great benefits, including early access to episodes, music-only editions, free MP3 downloads, exclusive stories and artist interviews, and a vote in the Celtic Top 20. Join us today and help keep the music alive, vibrant, and independent. A special thanks to our Celtic legends, Dave and Rosie, Donnelly, Rick Boyce, Bruce, Daniel Ide, Brian McReynolds, Marty Myers, Alan Schindler, Margareta Silverstone, Emma Bartholomew, Dan McDade, Jeff, Gerald F. Boyle, Miranda Nelson, Nancy Barnett, Kevin Long, Gary Arhook, Linda McNeil, John Sharkey White II, Kelly Garrett, Mike Schock, Annie Lukowski, and Sean Kelly. Here is your 3-step plan to support the podcast. Number 1, go to our Patreon page. Number 2, decide how much you want to pledge every month, $4, $12, $25, or even $100 as an underwriter. And number 3, keep listening to the Irish and Celtic Music Podcast to celebrate Celtic culture through music. You can become a generous patron of the podcast on Patreon at songhinge.com. And you can also join me on a Celtic Invasion vacation. Every year I take a small group of Celtic music fans on the relaxing adventure of a lifetime. We don't see everything. Instead, we stay in one area. We get to know the region through its culture, history, and legends. You can join us with an auditory and visual adventure through podcasts and videos. In 2026, we're traveling to the Celtic nation of Galicia in Spain. And the trip is officially filled up. However, you can still see the itinerary and join our mailing list at CelticInvasion.com. Let's get back to the music. Next up is Chloe Matharu with Sailing is a Weary Life from Sailors and Rolling Stones.
Sailing, sailing, so life has robbed me of my heart's dead. It's left me here for the silent one and to wait upon my true love's return.
where Lagan streams sing lullabies. There blows a lily fair. The twilight gleam is on her eyes. The night is on her hair. And like a lovesick lad as she has my heart enthralled. No life have I, no liberty, for love is Lord of all. And often when the Beatles' horn has lulled the aim to sleep, I'll steal into her shieling lorn, and through the doorway creep. There on the cricket's singing stone, she makes the bogwood fire and sings in sweet undertones the song of heart's desire.
After Chloe Matharu came Eimear Arkins and Eileen Gannon with George White's McGettrick's Cedars of Lebanon from their album, The Bells of St. Louis. And we finish up the set with My Lagan Love by Ockham's Razor from their self-titled album. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I hope you had a wonderful time and you found some new music that you love. I love this podcast and I love sharing all the music. And I am a Celtic musician, as I say at the beginning of each episode, but I have come to realize that this podcast is a great way to introduce you to new Celtic bands. And my hope is that you will find a new Celtic band that you're going to love and follow and support. Hopefully you'll keep listening to the podcast for years to come as well. But if I can help you find some new great music, then my job is done and I've succeeded. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, sharing the music with others. And Oh, don't forget to vote in the Celtic Top 20. This is our way of finding the best songs and tunes each year. You can vote for as many tracks in each episode, and this helps me create this year's best Celtic music episode. You have 3 weeks to vote. We're going to finish up with Nathan Gourley, Joey Abarta, and Owen Marshall with Loftus Jones from their album Copley Street 2. Thank you again. You're amazing. Sláinte. Support for this program comes from international speaker Joseph Demond, teaching the ancient roots of the Gaelic people. Learn more about their origins at sightedmoon.com. Support for this program comes from Cascadia Cross-Border Law Group, creating transparent borders for more than 25 years, serving Alaska and the world. Find out more at cascadialawalaska.com. And support for this program comes from Hank Woodward. The Irish and Celtic Music Podcast is produced by Mark Gunn, the Celt Father, and our patrons on Patreon. The show is edited by Mitchell Peterson with graphics by Miranda Nelson Designs. Visit our website to follow the show. You'll find a link to all the artists played in this episode. Todd Wiley is the editor of the Celtic Music Magazine. Subscribe to get 34 Celtic MP3s for free, plus you'll get 7 weekly news items about what's happening with Celtic music and culture online. Best of all, you will connect with your Celtic heritage. Please tell one friend about this podcast. Word of mouth is the absolute best way to support any creative endeavor. Finally, remember, our planet's future is in our hands. The overwhelming evidence shows that human activity is driving climate change, from record-breaking heat waves to rising sea levels. But the good news is we have the power to fix it. Every choice we make, reducing waste, conserving energy, supporting clean energy, and lobbying our political leaders moves us towards a more stable climate. Start a conversation today. The facts are out there and the future is ours to shape. Promote Celtic culture through music at CelticMusicPodcast.com.